every Thursday at 5 p.m. for Likkle Byte Ideas, where we discuss how Likkle ideas are transformed into big dreams. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, May 12th, and it's a very special day. It's been a special day for me all my life. It's my mom's birthday. My mom has visited the show, Mistress Miriam Samuel, and today she is going to join us to talk about her life, her experience as a seniorpreneur. She turns 88 years today, and she's still batting strong, still runs a business, still drives, still conducts her own personal finances. So she's amazing. And we thought, since we're talking about money lessons, we did that last week, we thought it would be a great opportunity to bring her back to talk about money lessons and to share some of her sage for life with us. I know we were having some connectivity problems, but is Megan back? Megan, if you're back, say hello. If not, I can keep going. Alia, is Megan back? Okay, here we go. Hi.
I've been here. Good afternoon, everyone. I was trying to sort out some technical issues with my mom. That seems to be still an issue, but we're going to get it sorted. Sorted. So I have to make one correction. You said that our mom is 88. When I called her this morning for her birthday, because I know every year she doesn't claim the age that she is.
The chronological age.
Exactly. So I said, so what is it this time? Are you 88? And she said, no, she's 8 twice.
Okay, so we're going way, way back.
Going way, way back.
This is a throwback, and we're going to do it twice. Okay. I like that. All righty.
She's 8.
So how's your week been?
My week has been great. I'm still on a high. My son graduated, as you know, so that was my Mother's Day present. Yes. So I was very glad for that. And we are taking a bit of a vacation. So I'm glad for that too.
Well, so it's so deserving, but the work has to get done. Your fans still want to see you, so vacation or not, you have to log on. The work has, money's still there to make, money's still there to count. So we have to continue. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of our guests today. We've invited beyond our usual crew, the people who join us every week. We've also extended the invitation to our family members. So we have our siblings, we have aunties, uncles, cousins, friends, neighbors,
grandchildren.
So we should have, and we have, who did I forget?
Grandchildren.
So my mother has 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and 1 great-grand. So we're going to see how many of her children and grandchildren and great-grands we can get to join us here today, but it's going to be a celebration, and we want to welcome everyone to our show today. So if you're here, your family, your friend, just drop us a line in the chat. Tell us you're here, how you know Miriam, maybe how long you've known her. Feel free to share any anecdotes, stories, memories, commendations. I know a couple of her students on Facebook sent their shout outs and birthday greetings. Take a moment, tell us your name, how you're connected to Miriam Samuel, and also feel free to send any birthday greetings.
So we're gonna right off the bat, I gotta tell you, her sister Inga Jarvis, she is first out of the gate, and she says, good afternoon to my dear nieces. Aunt Inga is listening. God bless. I know she'll be saying more later on.
Thank you, Aunt Inga. We know you support us all the time, and we appreciate it.
So, Dorit, there seems to be still a bit of a technical issue with our mom, but our brothers are on. So I am thinking that we should bring them on And perhaps when she
Yeah,
comes
let's get
in,
this party started.
yeah, let's get this party started. And hey,
And we'll get
we have someone listening
Mommy
all the way
on.
from, we have someone listening all the way from Cameroon. This is Helen Charles, and she
Oh
says,
my
hey,
goodness. I
I'm
think I
here
know who
watching
that
from
is.
Cameroon. Of course, Helen.
Oh
Oh my gosh,
wow.
they're rolling in, rolling in, they're rolling in. So let's
Yes,
get our
yes.
brothers on. Let's get our brothers
Yes.
on
So
while we
let's
try
get
to
the
sort
boys
out.
on.
Yes.
Clem.
Hi, what's up?
I'm
Mental.
good. I'm good. Where's Calvin? Oh wow.
I'm here.
Hello.
1B in the house.
In the house.
We're trying to get Mommy in.
Right.
Clem, we should have had her come to your house, and just had her hook up from your house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
something seems to be
But
going
guys, happy to see you both. And
Yeah, good to see you. You're looking
we're here
fabulous as usual, G.
What's that?
You're looking fabulous as usual.
Oh, thank you.
on.
You get dressed up to come to the computer. If I get up, we would have some problems. Trust me. If I stand up,
I hear
we would
you.
have some problems.
I think that's true for
But
everybody.
listen, guys, we're here. Of course, you guys follow the show. This is a show about money, about finances. And I tell people all the time, we grew up in a very modest household. We were far from rich, but we were rich in spirit.
Mm.
And we had a really interesting but fun upbringing, which I'm sure my mom will be happy to share. But Clement and Calvin, tell me, just in a nutshell, what are your memories about mommy and money? Any lessons that she may have taught you, whether directly or indirectly? Any incidents you want to share? We're here to talk about, lessons from your mom, money lessons. So Clement, you're the first child. You always get the first dibs. So let's hear what you have to share with us.
Well, I can think of two lessons that I think mommy has imparted on me. And the first, I think, would be a saying. I don't know if it was actually mommy who coined it, but it was certainly something that was said a lot in our house. And it was the adage that if you wanted something and we had very limited means, money had to find. And basically, what that meant was you had limited resources, but if you really wanted something and it was beneficial, then you had to find a way to save for it. And so we called it finding money. You'd find the money somehow. And that's something that has stayed with me for life.
Yep. So it's about setting goals.
Yeah,
So
I mean, let me jump
and,
in on that one.
coming up with a plan.
Let me jump in on that one because that's definitely one of mine as well. The whole idea of always saving towards something. Mommy, whether it's throwing a box hand or something, there's a project somewhere that she's working towards. And yes, for me, that's still very much part of my whole financial outlook. If you're not able to put aside a little something, it doesn't have to be a lot, but a consistent small amount all the time is just, very much of the lesson learned.
Little by little. That's
Little by little. Yep.
Little by little.
Megan, how about you? What is one of your memories or influences?
I have many. I spoke about one the last time we had our last show, which was about setting goals. The other one, and I'm realizing I have kind of morphed into my mother. Oh, but I have. In that, haven't we all? But it's always find ways to make money. So if we go back to our childhood days, even when we were in Barbados, mommy, even before we really understood what was happening, mommy was a teacher, but mommy was also doing her crochet stuff, her dolls. She even made us a dress. Do you remember?
Yes. Hats. All the church ladies got their hats and bags.
So mommy was always doing something, and I'm realizing I'm so much like her. I one track of doing one thing is kind of boring for me, and so that's a lesson I've learned. And when you coin that with what Clement said about finding money and about saving for whatever little you can to do whatever you want to do, then you see how powerful it is to
Yes.
save, but also find ways to make the money.
Be resourceful. You remember
I've
Auntie
got
Rochi,
two
Louise
more.
Bennett? Go ahead, Calvin.
So my two more is there's something about living within your means. So there was always a recognition that there are limitations. Okay, so no money day. So the key things that you want to save money for, absolutely. But there are some other things, there's no money for that. And so there's something around living within your means. So even today, I'm still fairly debt averse because there's that whole sense of you have a limited amount of money and you make that go for what you need. But the other thing is really about generosity. So lots of people don't remember that giving is actually a spiritual gift. And I remember someone coming up to me once, this is years ago, and saying to me, I think your mother, I don't know if I ever said this to her, I think your mother has a spiritual gift of generosity because she is helpful and she is always generous. And so that sense of expecting to give. So I remember my first job, got paid, went to church, and mommy said, you remember to give you a tithe? First pay, got paid $50, you know, and it was, okay, you get your first pay, now let's start giving some money. And there's something about that the attitude towards money isn't always about making sure you have enough. It's also about making sure you have something that you can share, that you can give. But generosity is a big part of it.
That is so true. That is definitely a part of mommy, giving. Up to this day, she is always giving. I mean, every week now, I get pawpaw, spinach, something from the garden every week.
Lucky of us in the UK not getting none of that. None of that.
Well, hey, you know what mommy said, right? Walkers take, walkers share.
Yep. How are we doing with getting her back in, Megan? How is that working out?
Let me see if I can get her on.
One thing I wanted to share that I've always admired with her, she's resourceful. You know, Louise Bennett, Auntie Rochi.
I'm going to add her now.
Yes, Auntie Rochi had a saying, turn your hand and make fashion. And that was mommy, because mommy always made our clothes.
Yes.
You know, of course, when I say make clothes, not just the girls, even the boys, Clement's shirt jacks.
Oh, yes.
Clement, when he first went to grammar school and they started wearing shirt jacks, I remember the little polyester shirt jack. Of course, his shirt jack had more style and fashion than everybody else because his was, you know, handmade. And she taught us how to sew. She was very meticulous. She had to do it properly, which we didn't want to be bothered with. He just wanted a little top or something to throw on and a lick and a promise. But, you know, she really taught us how to be resourceful.
Had to do that facing properly. Ugh.
Yes, and you had to hem it properly and iron it. And
we were like, Mommy, it's going to be inside the pants. Nobody's going to see it. She said, no. You have to hem.
Yep. So she was very
I have some hemming to do right now.
I think I got my sense of creativity from her because she would, you know, whatever she had, it had to work. She had to find, you know, she was resourceful. I don't know if you remember this, Megan. She used to make, and she came with her own design for bags, and she would buy these chain belts, right? And I'd be like so upset because I want to wear the chain belt, but she would take four rungs from it, and make the handle and hook it from the handle to the actual bag, so it actually had like some hardware and it looked fashionable. Remember?
Of course, yes, I remember.
That was before.
So this is the woman of the hour. Hello, Mrs. Samuel. You're muted. And hi, Tiffy.
Oh, you have some sounds like you have two
You
devices
have
on.
2 devices on.
Yeah,
So
you
one
should
has to
probably
go.
take one off. Yep.
Let's start again. Hello, Mr. Samuel. Good, good.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Looks like she can't hear us.
Are you hearing us?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Okay.
There's something else on because there's a yes. There's
Yeah, it
another
sounds like
device.
you have 2 devices on. We're hearing an echo.
Oh dear.
No.
All right. Well, let's continue
Okay.
our discussion. So guys,
Yes, we're hearing.
tell
Yeah, we
us.
can hear you.
Little fuzzy.
Yes,
Go
we
ahead,
can
Jane.
hear that. Yes, we can hear that.
Well, we're not picking
Yeah,
eggs
her reception is
anymore.
not good at all.
She's saying yes,
Once
picking
up
egg.
picking egg, always picking egg.
Okay, all right. So, Mommy, we were talking about the lessons that we learned from you, the financial lessons, and you missed a bit. And so I'll just tell you what we said we learned. Clement said that one of the things. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I heard everything you were.
Oh, you heard. Oh, you were okay. Good. Oh, you
Oh,
we just
fantastic. So you don't have to go over that.
you heard. Great. Okay.
So, this might be an appropriate time because I know we have some other guests who are going to be joining us, maybe to hear their lessons or to give them an opportunity to bring greetings. Tiffany, since you're in the room, we'll let you go first. And then Megan, you can see who else is in the waiting room that we can add if we have any other persons that need to join.
Right. I don't think there are any more to join. They've sent in their greetings. So
Okay.
I have the greetings.
I think Gabrielle said she was going to join. She texted me.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she's going to come on at about 5:15. So
perfect.
yeah,
Did you
Jen
send
has
her the link?
exams, can't make it today. So Tiffany, tell us, what are some of you grew up with grandma?
Yep.
So tell us, what are some of your greatest memory or money lessons that you learned from grandma?
I think apart from the saving thing, I think Uncle Calvin also touched on that. It was don't watch people things or don't watch what people have, or do with what you have.
So make out.
It's basically make out because you might think you need something, as Uncle Calvin was saying, but really you don't need that thing. You see your friend with it or something, and Grandma always instilled in me. Yeah, don't bother watch what she has, because that's not a need. You don't know how she got that thing. So go about getting what you actually need. I think that's something that's always stuck with me.
Yeah,
and that's a great lesson. That is such a great lesson. And we learned that too. And in fact, I would say we learned to not even ask because we knew we weren't going to get it. So
Exactly.
we didn't even bother to ask because with 5 mouths to feed, there wasn't much of us getting things that we wanted. It was things that were needed. And not only things that were needed, you had to stand in line because sometimes I remember I needed a new sneakers for school, but Clement needed a new pants and the pants was more important. So I just had to wait in line and you just did what you had to do. But there were good lessons because now I understand. And it's so important, even if you have several things that you need to purchase, you have to prioritize. And you do the one that's most important or the greatest need until you can get to number 2 and number 3. So lessons learned.
Yep. So Megan,
Can I jump in here a second?
We have challenges.
Yes. Clement wants to jump in. Go ahead, Clement.
Yes, go right ahead, Clement.
The only thing I want to correct you a little bit there when you would have given the impression that Clement
as
wanted
an
a
example,
pants and that
Clement.
Clement was high on the totem pole. My memories, and they're only my memories, were that the girls were always prioritized over the boys.
Oh,
So if it
please.
was clothes that was needed, it was basically the girls got first, and then afterwards the guys got what was left back. That's your
That's not
remember.
true.
That's your recollection, Calvin.
Well, my recollection is even different because let's face it, anything that comes to me is going to be secondhand. Okay, it's going to be stuff that you have outgrown. Okay, so you know what I mean. Yeah, so I just get whatever you is too small to fit you. So
and 5
yeah, you
points
got to invest
for
in this
what
thing.
that what was the name for hand me downs? 5 points to the
Waji.
person who gets it first.
Waji.
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 All right.
That is such
Mommy,
a
I think you were trying
derogatory
to say
name.
something.
Yeah, I grew up in Waji, man.
Waji.
We all did. Come on, let's be real now. We all
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe not Clement because he was the first,
Yeah.
but we all did.
Yeah.
Mommy, you were going to say something?
Not really. I was just
Oh,
talking
okay.
to Tiffany.
Oh, okay. All
Your
right.
sound is much better now. Another thing that I wanted to say that came to mind that I thought Mommy used to do that was very good. Of course, in our house, it was about education.
Big time.
Everything else was secondary. Maybe education and church.
Yes.
Okay, but everything else was secondary. Everything else was negotiable except those two things. Mommy came up with this system whereby after you pass your GCEs, she would throw a box hand, and if your results were good, well, of course, there was no bad results in our house, but you had a reward, so you're working towards something. You got a trip, remember? So here,
I remember that.
Come on, taking five kids on vacation was just not in the budget. Okay, and then of course it was almost like you got to go on vacation by yourself, so almost like a coming of age. Okay, so it was something. I thought that was so wonderful because it's almost like a motivation. You have something to work towards because I get good grades and my mother's working hard so that that summer or maybe sometime after you're going to take a trip. And I think that is wonderful because I think it's very important for kids to travel when they're young enough and still impressionable. I think it's a great teacher. I got to, I went to work for Liat right after A-levels, so I got to travel quite a bit. And I think it really opens your horizons. And, I think both of our parents, even though, like I said, they weren't people of means, they believed in travel. We would, it could be a little trip the days traveling back and forth from Barbados on the Federal Maple and Federal Palm, they made it an adventure. When we got older, we didn't realize that was like the JetBlue, that was like the Spirit Airlines of cruises. That was like the bottom of the barrel way to travel. That was like,
but it was awesome.
That was like doing, oh yeah, that was the bottom of the barrel. But that was like a cruise. It was amazing. You got to stop in these different islands on the way from Barbados to Antigua and vice versa. And they had pen pals and friends in the various islands. So it was coordinated to be almost like a day trip when you went on a cruise. So when I was growing up, you couldn't tell me that I didn't have a great childhood when we went on cruises. So, she learned to, like I said, I started saying Auntie Rochi, Louise Bennett uses a phrase that I like a lot. You turn your hand and make fashion. And I think the first time I heard that, I said, that is my mother. She knows how to turn her hand in any situation and make it come across like a fashionable item or such a luxurious experience. And it's only when you're old you realize that we were really roughing it,
So true. So true. Who can find a virtuous woman? That's what I think about.
Yeah.
In Proverbs.
So, Megan, let's see. Has Gabby joined? Do we want to start with the messages? Let's get started. Because we do want to read some of the comments from our guests as well.
Okay, so she hasn't joined, but what I will do we have a few greetings from the grandchildren. So what we did, we asked the grandchildren to give at least one lesson that they learned from Grandma Miri. So I'm going to read them now. So Lindsay, she says, "Happy birthday, Grandma Miri. One of the things I remember growing up is Grandma Miri always telling her grandkids, we have food at home when we wanted her to buy us something. I didn't I didn't understand it as a kid and thought she was just being cheap and mean. However, as an adult, that same phrase, we have food at home, has saved me from spending money unnecessarily. Thank you for that lesson. I hope you have a wonderful day today, Grandma. I love you." So that was from Tiffany. And trust me,
Not Tiffany.
sorry, from Lindsay.
Lindsay,
But
her
trust
first
me,
grandchild.
that whole thing about we have food at home, oh, that was in our day too.
Oh yeah.
We wanted stuff. You say, food home. We need to buy anything. We have food home. Okay. We also have from Chaz, second grandson, or second grandchild, first grandson. One financial lesson I learned from Grandma Miri is to always save your money for a rainy day. You never know when circumstances will arise that will cause you to go into your savings. Grandma Miri always did a great job of having savings, and I've never seen her spend money carelessly or frivolously. Happy birthday, Grandma Miri. More life and blessings to you. Hope you have a wonderful day. And Yannick, he says the three things I've learned from Grandma. One, don't be afraid to go into a new venture or try new things, even if you don't see any immediate return. Two, hard work will always pay off. Three, always save and invest your money. And those definitely sound like Grandma Mary. Noah, he says, one lesson I learned from Grandma was to never settle for just the bare minimum. She taught me to always strive to do better than what I thought I was capable of. Another important lesson I learned from her was that there is so much that can be done in a day if you get up early.
Yes. She believes in the early risings. That is true.
And Aaron, he says, something I learned is just keep on learning and improving yourself. At Grandma's age, it will be normal for her to just sit at home and do nothing, but she is still selling something new, whether it's soaps, wines, etc. And Gabby, she says, what I learned from Grandma is to monetize your talents and skills because I watched her make bread to sell at the supermarkets. And that is a lesson that I think we've all learned. Monetize your talents and your skills. So that's it. That's what we have so far from the grandchildren.
Yep. So we want to thank everyone who's joined us. We encourage you to drop a line, send your birthday greetings, tell us how you know Miriam Samuel. If you want to share any anecdotes, experiences that you've had with her, we'd love to share. This, of course, is okay, Gabby is here.
Gabby is here. So, hi, Gabby.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma. Happy birthday. You look so cute. You look so cute, Grandma. I love your outfit.
Hi, Grandma.
She's saying that you look so cute.
You still want a kiss?
Yes, I do. Oh, give me a kiss, please. Yes, Grandma, I do.
Oh, I'm so glad you joined, Gabby. We were just, I don't know if you heard me when I was reading your note that spoke about monetizing your talents and your skills, which is so true. And that's what Grandma has been doing all of her life.
Yes, I looked up to Grandma for so long because Grandma's so, wow. Grandma just has so many skills and talents. And it just amazes me how natural it comes to her. I love it so much. It really inspires me.
It's in your blood, Gabby.
It really is. I'm crafty just because of Grandma.
All right. So I can, let me go now to the comments. So we have Ornette Henry. She says, happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Sandra Brown says, happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. She was my craft teacher at OCS, Artist Comprehensive School. Helen Charles, this is the lady in Cameroon. She says, happy birthday to Mrs. Samuel. Joan Richards Thomas, happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Fanny King, one of our regulars, birthday blessings to your mama. Kara says, happy birthday, Grandma. Denise Armstrong, she says, happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Agnes Noel says, just wishing Mrs. Samuel a happy birthday, and I hope she lives to see many, many more years to come. Enjoy it. Be blessed. Told you my aunt will be back. Aunt Inger, she's back. She says, I'm greeting my sister from, I believe she means from Minnesota. And Helen says, very resourceful indeed and industrious. A true Proverbs 31 woman. So true. Your niece Karen says, happy birthday, Aunt Marie. Hope your day has been as amazing as you are. I love you. Okay, so this is Aunt Inger's real comment now. She says, I greet you from Minnesota. Your nieces and nephews are very busy at this time, sis. Oh, at this time. Sis, you're looking for real. I believe she means you're looking good for real. Keep on doing what you're doing and make us proud. Era says, happy birthday, Sister Miri. Wishing you God's richest blessings. We also have from Joan Underwood. Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. You're truly an inspiration. May God continue to bless and keep you and crown all your efforts with success. And may you always be surrounded by love. Aw, thank you. We have one from Jerome and Connie Jenkins saying, birthday blessings from Connie and Jerome Jenkins. Mitzi Murphy, she says, happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Thank you for teaching me how to cook dukana and Johnny cakes. Truly a joy to wish you birthday greetings each May 12th. That is Mitzi Murphy. V. Fleming. Okay. Happy birthday, Aunt Marie. You shall do exploits in Jesus' name. And that's from Celia and family. The V kind of threw me, Celia. Cavell Burton says, happy birthday, Grandma Marie. May God richly bless you with many more healthy years. Greetings from North London. So you're having greetings from all over the world. And that's it for now with the greetings.
Okay. Well, we don't want this to be an extremely long show, but we want to give Mommy a chance to respond to all of this. And I mean, I think Mommy is probably, she's outlived, her mother died at 82. Her father died, I think, maybe at 50.
54.
Or pretty young.
54, she says.
54. Her husband died at 69. So Mommy is her batting average goes way beyond, most of the averages that we know in our family. So she's truly blessed. But Mommy, I want to give you a chance to respond to what is your kind of a two-part question. What is your philosophy for life? Having gone through so many experiences, coming here from Anguilla, eventually getting married and starting your own family. And then, of course, during the past 15 years, you've been a widow. And I see a totally different person. This is a woman who, was ushered into an independent situation during her golden years. So what is your philosophy for life? And also a two-part question. You can answer it however you choose. What do you want your legacy to be? What will Gabby be telling her grandchildren about her grandmother?
That her grandma worked hard. Grandma loved everybody. Grandma always have an open house. Calvin, how many times have you give up your bed?
Too many times. Too many times. I figured if y'all
Me
wanted
too.
to be hospitable, y'all could give up y'all bed instead, but that never worked out.
Not gonna worry, it was your bed.
Yeah, I give up my bed too.
I had to give up my bed too.
Yeah.
I just love people. And my goal in life is to help whoever I can. And when I leave this earth, I must be remembered. So I am doing all I can to help. Up to today, I was at God Center teaching.
Yes. Mommy teaches.
So I am still going strong. Nobody tell me to slow down. I don't know what it is to slow down.
We stopped asking you to do that.
Yeah, and you wouldn't listen anyway.
Wouldn't listen. She doesn't listen. We asked.
Well, you know that. And this a couple of days or years, in fact, 120,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to do all in my power to help whosoever will may come.
Okay. So I have a quick question for you, Mommy.
Yes.
From a finance point of view, what is the one lesson that you hope you have imparted to your children and grandchildren?
Strive for the top. My
Pardon?
philosophy was, I didn't have much money, and I don't know if you children can remember this story because I preach it to all of you. Life is like a tree. You have a lot of people at the root of the tree, and they're struggling. Few reach the middle, and they're still struggling. Very few reach the top, and I always told you children, go for the top. When you're up there, they have to see you. When you're on the ground, nobody's seeing you, so many people, but when you're up there, it's 2 or 3. And I don't know if you remember this. If you get 100% in a test, you can do better.
If you remember that? Of course. It used to baffle me.
We are still scarred by that. Still scarred.
I don't remember
Exactly.
this. Say that again. I'm not following this. What's it about a husband?
No matter how much you got, you could
If you
always
get
do
100,
better.
if you get 100,
Oh, okay. No matter how much you got, you can always do better. Oh, yeah.
How's that?
Because you can always do better. It wasn't challenging enough.
And don't bother come home and say you don't bother feel proud because you came first, because
no.
you came
Exactly.
first and then maybe you got to 88.
Exactly.
That's not good enough. 88? No.
Yeah.
But Mommy, I came
she
first.
she couldn't parent in today's world.
No. That's
It would not
that's
work.
one.
Yep,
would work.
that was a different
It would work.
age.
No, it would work. It would still work.
Okay.
Ask Tiffany.
Yeah.
So to the siblings and grandchildren, do you have any questions? Do you have any statements before we take some questions from the audience? We'd love, I think, Mommy, where you are now at your age, being a seniorpreneur, you have definitely lived your dream of turning your passion into profits. The book has to be written. It's just amazing to me. And again, like I keep saying, we have to realize that Mommy, she was widowed in her 70s. So this is somebody who went from, I don't know that before my father died, she had to necessarily manage all of the finances of the home. She definitely had help. And I think it was definitely a household where most of the financial decisions, the bulk of it, were made. I think maybe the ones at home, but the larger decisions, the bigger ticket items. I think she had a husband, and I think in a lot of households in the Caribbean, that's how it's done. But how do you, in your early 70s, suddenly become a widow, and you go from not having to go through the monthly paying the bills, not so much that you didn't have the money, but just the discipline of having to manage your money in a way that you never did before. I always wondered about that. How was that transition for you, Mommy?
I think Mommy seems to be frozen in a funny position.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, she's gone.
Okay.
I think we've lost her for a little bit. But one of the questions I have for her as well, I want to know what's next, because I know there is something else. I would love to know what's next. But perhaps in the meantime,
what's on the wish list?
What's on the wish list? Let me see if I can see what's happening here. Yeah, I'm not seeing her.
Let's take a break, and we want to tell you about our conference that's coming up, the YOLO, the virtual YOLO Summit, Youth, Opportunities, Lessons, and Outcomes. And we have a quick 30-second video that we want to share with you. And of course, if we have any of our youth who are following the show, we invite you to register at samuelfieldsconsulting.com. Just go to our homepage and you can register there. It's free. The age group we're targeting is 15 through 35. So if you are within that age range, we encourage you to register. It's going to be a day of learning, leadership development, networking, and of course, all around financial literacy and financial empowerment for the youth. If you know of young persons in your circle who are within that age group, we encourage you to tell them about it. There's a lot to learn. We have some amazing speakers. There's going to be an innovation incubator where we will discuss lots of new projects. There's going to be a youth ideas lab where we talk about lots of different ideas. And we have quite a few speakers and influencers in music, sports, technology, hospitality, creativity, and social entrepreneurship. So it's going to be extremely exciting. We will play the ad so that you'll get a taste for what we're offering, and hopefully you can either attend or refer young people to be a part of it.
I love that ad. Really, really nice. Okay, so Mommy's back. Did you hear the question that David had for you?
No.
Okay, so let me put it in a nutshell. How did you make the transition from wife to widow in your early 70s, having to suddenly budget and manage your money very differently because it was just a different life scenario? How was that transition for you?
I don't know. I can't remember now. I don't know.
Hey, one day at a time. She said one day at a
I did
time.
not even know how to pay a bill.
Well, I kind of remember that. I remember having this conversation with you. You'd never paid a bill in your life?
No.
Up to that point.
What do
So
you mean you never pay a bill in your life,
did you
Mommy?
feel overwhelmed?
What?
Can you remember how you felt?
Pardon me?
No, hold on. Let's just back up here. When you say you never paid a bill in your life, what do you mean?
Granddad
Physically
used to
going
take care
to
of
like
all the
APUA.
finances.
All
Granddad
right.
used to take care. He did everything. I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I
Her
did
cable
not
bill
know
used to be
that.
cut off every month. Not because she didn't have the money, she just didn't remember to pay it.
Wow.
Pardon me?
That's I didn't realize.
Sometimes I don't remember to pay. There's another
So what she
contract.
started doing is paying like every 3 months or 6 months because she just didn't have the discipline. She was used to paying bills every month.
Sometimes when I go, I pay for 3 months one time because I don't have time to come back.
Wow.
So, Mom,
So
what that
what
tells me,
advice do you have for women who, anything can happen at any age? But having gone through your experience, I mean, you've always worked, so it wasn't a case of not having the money. Not having money was not the issue. It's more managing the money. So what advice would you have for women? You're approaching retirement, you may be single, or you could suddenly find yourself single. What advice do you have in terms of some of the shifts and some of the new skills you had to learn in the discipline in terms of managing money? What advice do you have for women or anyone?
Learn as many skills as possible. So if this one doesn't work, you fall back on that. And if this doesn't work, you try another one. And always learn. Always get in the position where you can learn new things. It might not for making money. For instance, I went to computer classes when I was 70. I went to Spanish almost 80. I went to weaving classes at 80.
Remember
So
steel
anything
pan?
else, just try and learn a skill. And once
Yes,
you
don't
have
forget
something
steel
for
band.
yourself, life wouldn't be hard to you.
They say don't forget steel pan.
Oh, and Tiffany just reminded me. I went to do steel pan music. I still have my pans. Gabby, I still have your pan.
So, mommy,
So when I went to Mr. Hampson, he gave me the double tenor. I said, Mr. Hampson, so why you give me double tenor? He said, because you like challenges.
so my question to you, mommy,
Yeah?
what's next? You've just listed a bunch of things that you've done. What's next for Miriam Samuel?
Oh, I'm not sure. I am not sure.
Okay.
Somebody told me today about kombucha. I have to find the right name.
Kombucha,
oh,
yeah.
goodness gracious
Yeah.
me.
So and I am making aftershave lotion.
Wow.
I asked, not quite expecting, but I wasn't sure what answer I was going to get. So how do
Mommy, you're
you
gonna
make
have to hit me up with the aftershave, man.
Pardon?
You're gonna have to hit me up with the aftershave lotion.
Of course.
Wow, that's
I have so
interesting.
many in my family.
I will sell for kombucha.
Pardon me?
You don't want to have to shave?
Wow.
Well, I know it's going to be great, and you have our support. So, as you always tell us, go girl, go.
Of course, why not? And the more you go,
Wow.
the more light you get.
Mm-hmm. I was telling Judy earlier, she said you were 88. And I said to her, when I said that to you earlier today, you said no, you were eight twice.
I am double eight. I'm double eight.
So she's not doing the 88. And, 120 is still the goal?
Of course.
All right. Well, we do
And
believe
mommy,
you'll
you
get
had some aunts that lived to be almost 100, right?
I didn't hear that. Yes, some aunts that lived over 100.
You had some aunts in Anguilla or somewhere that lived to be in their 90s, correct?
Yes, in Santo Domingo.
Mm.
And I was told I had a grandfather who lived to 105.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, which
So,
grandfather? Whose grandfather is this?
on my
Sorry, which
mother's
side of the
side,
family? Your mom or your father?
my mother.
So your mother's father lived to be 105.
Yes,
Okay.
Wow.
Who lived to be 105?
my mother's father.
Ma's mother. Ma's father.
Father.
Oh, wow.
Father.
Wow.
Oh, I did not know that. I'd heard about some aunts, but I didn't realize, great
I didn't
grandmother
know
lived to
that
be
either.
105. Wow.
Okay. We have a few more greetings, so let's go through them. From Cicely Buckley Francis James. Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel, my teacher from Pierce Secondary School. That's
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
yeah, a long
That's a
time.
long time.
Right.
47 years. 47 years I
47?
went to Pierce.
47?
Yeah, 47 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Pierce 1974.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I spent 4 years there. That's not long ago.
Wow. We have another greeting from Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel from Le Chateau d'Or Music Academy.
Oh,
Thank you,
wow.
thank you.
Okay. We have from your niece, Yvonne Fleming. Happy birthday. I remember the days when we had to scrub the cockle shells for her to make craft.
Yep.
She will break the cycle and live to 120. Genesis 6:3. Thanks, Yvonne. Andrea says, Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Lots of love from Andrea Nathaniel. You are greatly admired. May God continue to bless you. And Helen says, I just want to say something. I got to know Sister Samuel a little over 20 years ago. Since then, I've never heard her sick, down, or out. But like Ants, she's always doing something to improve her life and that of someone else. That is so true. I don't recall mommy really being sick. Maybe a little
Same
cold,
here.
yeah, but never ever remember you down and out.
Okay.
Janice Knight says, Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Arlene Nelson says, Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. And Helen continues, and she says, oh dear, why isn't that coming up? That's a great example for many women to follow. So many women retire at 60 or 65 and die early. But she reminds me of the Energizer Bunny. She keeps on going on and on and on.
That's her.
So I pray God's continued hand upon you. You already have a great legacy. You have surpassed many. And that is so true. Yes. So that's what we have for our greetings, Mommy. There were some other greetings that I got from other persons who said they may not be able to be on the show. So if I'll just go through very quickly. You got quite a bit from your nieces and nephews. But they're also from Jeanette France from St. Vincent. You remember her? She says, happy birthday to Miriam from Bobby and me. Karen DeFreitas Rate and her parents say, happiest of birthdays to you. Patrick Spencer says, best wishes on your special day. Dorothea Blackman Brown says, special birthday greetings to a wonderful woman, the matriarch of the Samuel family. Your zest for life, your practical approach, your entrepreneurial spirit, and your go-getter attitude motivates and inspires many. May God continue to bless you abundantly. And at 88, you have at least 32 years left on this earth. And Margot Ford says, happy birthday to a special woman, Miriam. So those are the greetings that we have.
Okay, great. Well, I just want to give everyone.
Oh, we've lost Reed. So while she is reconnecting, I would just jump in and say thank you so much for joining us today. It's a special day for us, our mother's birthday, and we know you could be doing many other things, but we thank you for being a part of our celebration. As you have listened and heard, Mommy has taught many lessons, many financial lessons along the way. They've stuck with us. And I think I speak for the children when I say that we greatly admire Mommy. She is really a true icon for us, someone that we look up to, and we're very proud of what she has done. She never ceases to amaze me with the ventures that she comes up with. So we just want to thank all of you for being here today and celebrating with us. Dewitt is back. So maybe we can
Yes.
ask the other siblings to have a final say before we sign off. Maybe let's start with Gabby, the granddaughter, and then Tiffany.
You guys are putting me on the spot, but okay.
What is it?
I said you guys are, oh, she can't hear me. It's okay.
She
I
can
hope
hear.
you can hear. Okay. Grandma, I hope you have a wonderful day. I miss you so, so, so much. You look so cute. I can't get over it. I wish I could be with you right now. I really do. I wish I could be with you right now and we can just go like drive around Antigua and you can just show me. We go to all your friends' house and we just collect a bunch of things. That's what we do most together. That's what we do every time I see you, and I love it. I want to just visit all your friends and just get all your spinach and everything and just collect and talk about all your stories. I love hearing your stories, and I can't wait to see you again.
Oh,
I hope you have a
I love
wonderful
you,
day, Grandma.
Gabby.
I love you too, Grandma. I miss you so much.
oh.
I hope
Thanks,
you have a good
Gabby.
day. Of course.
Tiffany.
Grandma, I wish you many, many more years of life. I know every day I come home from work, there's something new that you need to learn or something new that you want to try. Or, Tiffany, come and look at this. Come and look at this. Look at what I tried today. I'm excited for many more new things with you. And I hope that we continue doing that together. Thank you.
Oh, nice, nice. Carlo Venice.
Mommy, you are an inspiration, particularly the ways in which you have just continued to evolve over the years. And that's around the things that you have learnt just because you want to learn them, but also the way in which you've taken a real hand in being attention to things like diet and health and that kind of thing. So you're not messing around with this 120 years. You're putting in the kind of inputs or indeed taking out the things that are superfluous from your life to make sure you get there. So that's a real inspiration that you choose the life you want to lead and you pursue it. And that's something for the rest of us to emulate. So thank you. Happy birthday. Love you.
Clem.
Okay, Mom, I want to say, happy birthday again. I wish you the rest of the days is fantastic for you and the rest of your life. I think what I need to say thank you for is the thing that I really think that I've inherited from you is just your ability to be exuberant about the things that you do. People always accuse me that I don't, I'm either for it or against it. And that when I'm in, I'm all in. And Mom, I've got that wholeheartedly from you. Happy birthday. I love you.
All right, so take it away, Doreed.
All righty. Well, Mommy, I just want to thank you for being the rock for all of us. I recall when Daddy passed away, maybe because I went the same route, I saw vulnerability for a brief moment, but then I saw a rebound in a way that really, really showed me a different side of you. I know you've always been strong, but you definitely had to evolve into a totally different role in terms of managing your life in a way that you never had to do before. And you did it well. I mean, at the time you were raising my daughters. And so, it was a lot on you, but there are times I'm a little concerned, but you showed us what you're made of. And you took it little by little and reinvented yourself. And here we are today. Daddy passed away, what, 14 years ago? And you have, you're a totally different person. I see, almost, to me, it's almost like you turned 18 when Daddy passed away, because it was almost becoming an adult, but in a different kind of way, having to fend for yourself. And you really, really mastered it. And you've just evolved to be, your own. It can't be easy growing up in the shadow of a politician and a guy and a partner, a husband who has his own life that can overshadow who you are. But what I've seen since Daddy's death, you have emerged with a new identity, renewed strength, and you're just living your best life. So continue to soar. It's a good place to be. I know that you have lived a full life. You are happy. You have done most of the things that you want to do, and it's a good place to be in life where you don't have to worry about tomorrow. It's about how you can maximize your joy today, and you've done it very well. So we love you. We appreciate you. We are honored to have you for yet another birthday, and we're just waiting in the wings to see what's next. Whatever it is, you have our support. But I just love how you've emerged as this celebrity in your golden years, and you're just claiming your own identity.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Well, Mommy, we love you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know you've gotten calls from all over the world today. So enjoy.
And we want to say thank you to all of our guests, as well as family members who took the time out to join the celebration. And every year we have you around is a blessing. And we will continue to celebrate, as I'm sure you will as well. Any parting words, Mommy?
Before you give your parting words, there are a few other greetings. So if I can quickly just slip them in. This is from Mrs. Teague. Happy birthday, Mrs. Samuel. Love and blessings for many more from you might have another device on Mommy. Love and blessings for many more from the Charlesworth T. Samuel Primary School family. So that's really nice. Rosamond Dinard Gordon says, this is lovely. And all the way from England, birthday blessings, Mummy Miriam Samuel. Beautiful seeing you today, surrounded by your children and granddaughter. And this is from D. Diaz. Happy birthday to Mrs. Samuel. I have never met you. However, your story is quite inspirational and provide hope for middle-aged women who are asking, what next? What do I do now? I think I know this, D. Diaz. Thank you so much. And you really are an inspiration, Mommy, even to persons that you've never met. So over to you, Mommy. You're muted.
She seems to be moving around quite a bit. Not sure what's going on.
Oh dear, she looks a little frozen.
Yeah.
Mommy, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, she looks frozen.
Oh,
she's gone.
Hey.
Well,
that's the story of
the team at SFCG and Byte Ideas. We want to thank everyone for joining us. I'm so happy Gabby could join us. Gabby,
I am so happy
talking about this show, and she's wondering what is Mom talking about. So Gabby, happy to see you. Let's Let's
Gabby,
connect
you
later.
too.
And looks like Mommy's coming back. Let's see if we can get her to say her final goodbyes.
Now, this is the second time I'm feeling like this. The first time was when Clement and Megan were called to the bar. And when that judge said, "Is the mother in the courtroom? Please stand." I felt like a peacock. All my feathers were opened up. And that is how I feel right now. My feathers are opened up. And
I like that.
thank you. And I always told you, give me my flowers when I am alive.
Yes, you always say
I
that.
don't talk to dead people. So nobody asked me to give any tribute at any funeral. I don't talk to dead people. So thank you, and thank all my friends. And even those who do not know me, you're still my friends. Thank you.
And she means that.
Thank you.
So Megan, I guess at her funeral we'll be playing a show. And no funeral. Just replay the show with her talking.
Maybe.
Well, you
Is
don't
that
have
okay
to
with
worry
you,
about the
Mommy?
funeral. You don't have to worry about the funeral for another 32 years, so it's fine.
That's true. We have a lot of time to plan that.
You got time.
No worry about that.
And she and I have a special arrangement about her funeral, which I can't speak about here.
Okay.
But I'll tell you guys when we sign off.
All right, Mommy.
All right.
Love
So
you.
to all of our guests, we're over and out. We'll see you again back here next week. Megan, what's on the agenda for next week?
Listen, my head is so full right now. Can't quite tell you. But we're going to have a special. So we'll be talking about our YOLO Youth Summit. That's coming up June 5th. And so we're going to have at least one or two persons who will be doing
presenters,
either the presenters or the moderators. We haven't quite finalized it, but we will be speaking a lot more about our YOLO Youth Summit, where we really want to engage the young people, give them a platform for them to display their products and their services, and at the same time have different sessions so they can learn more about financial literacy, financial wellness, financial empowerment, money management. So we're going to dig a little deeper into that next week. So please come back.
So we invite you to join us next week, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another edition of Likkle Byte Ideas. Take care, everyone, and happy birthday once again, Mommy.